Hello, hi guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna be doing a makeup tutorial because everybody keeps asking me to do one. And watch, I'm gonna post this and no one's gonna watch it because you guys are fake. You guys are all fake. Don't play with me, y'all are freaking fake. Y'all are fake. Well, yeah, I'm gonna do a makeup tutorial and trigger warning. What works on me is not gonna work for you, okay? You're not gonna wake up and look like me, just like when I watch those Vogue makeup tutorials. I'm not gonna use their tips and look like that. That's just not how it works. But anyways, this is what I do anyways. Things to talk about today. I'm gonna go in first and foremost. I already did my skincare. That could be a different video. You guys don't have to know my social security number either. My goodness. I'm gonna go in with this Sigma Beauty. Literally, I've had this for like less than a month and it's like literally destroyed. But it's literally amazing. I love that. And I'm gonna color correct my eye bags right here. But you guys, I'm gonna tell you why I don't believe depression is real. And I'm sorry, I just don't. I really don't. I don't believe it's real. I think you can't. I think it's an emotion. I think you can get depressed. And I know like very rarely it'll actually be like, you know, a dopamine imbalance, like scientifically. But I believe depression actually, you know, everything, the beautiful thing about the mind is that everything starts in the mind, right? And you can also fix everything in the mind. Do people have the strength to do that? No, they don't, and that's why they're depressed. The power of your word is so very important, you guys. Girly pops, listen to me. If you're constantly saying, I'm depressed, my room looks like this because I'm depressed, I'm acting this way because I'm depressed, guess what you're gonna be? Depressed. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so people that are confident, you know, the fake it till you make it. I'm not a big fan about that, but you know, to some it works. To some people it works. They're like, yeah, I faked it and now I'm confident. It's almost like your mouth controls all the power. It's almost like that. Be referencing the Bible a whole lot, and most of you guys don't like it, but ask me if I give a shit. Not even a little bit. I don't. I'll tell you this, you guys. One day you're gonna realize, believing it or not, that I got some good truths in there, you know what I mean? There's a reason why many people follow it. This is the, I just sprayed that so it's easier to blend. And I'm gonna blend it with my fingers, because this is color corrector. It always talks about how the tongue is the most important part, and it literally tells you, bro. I think it was Jesus, he was about to eat without washing his hands, and when somebody was like, how are you gonna eat? How are you gonna be dirty and eat? You know what I mean? And he's like, Miss Girl, it's not what you put into your mouth, but what comes out of it that defiles a man. By the way, pause. If I don't feel like doing makeup, this is literally where I stop. I just color correct my under eyes and that's it. You can literally just stop here if you're going for a natural look. But we're doing a full face today. You guys, right now, all of your problems start from your mouth. All of your problems start from your mind. All of your problems start with you, not other people, not materialistic objects. No, it doesn't. If you tell yourself, I'm going in with the Hourglass concealer. If you tell yourself constantly, man, I'm so upset, nothing I do makes me happy, what do you think your brain's gonna do? Right? What do you think your brain's gonna do? You think your brain, here's a great thing about people, right? All of us love to be right. All of us love to be right. No matter, you can't look at me in the face and be like, I don't mind. Shut your ass up. Stop lying to me. Stop lying to me. Stop lying to yourself. You like to be right, right? Right. So let me tell you this. Your brain will subconsciously make sure you're always right. So for example, if I'm like, I'm gonna fail this test. I'm horrible. I'm gonna fail this test. Obviously you need to study. Duh. You know what I mean? Nothing comes like, that's another thing about this generation I hate. It's like consequences to their own actions don't exist and somehow it's everyone else's fault. Take accountability, but that's a different video. Anyways, if you're like, I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna fall, I'm gonna do this, I'm depressed, I'm this, your brain hates being wrong, so it will literally go out of its way to make sure the outcome is what you're saying. Do you understand that? Because your brain hates being wrong. So if you're like, hey, I am horrible and I'm always upset, nothing makes me happy, you think you trying to do something that makes you happy will make you happy? No, because you've already told yourself it's not going to make you happy. And the power of your words are so very important, not just to yourself, but to other people, okay? That's just how it is. And that's just how it is. And once you understand you have a responsibility of yourself and you can't just be a little spoiled rat, life changes, doesn't it? It really does. Anyways, okay guys, I just put this all over my face and this is what it looks like. Just blended it out. Yes, I did. Purr. But yeah, it's really easy to get in this like constant loop that like, you know, you feel like you're never good enough. You always feel like you're upset. It's not our fault, but it is our responsibility. Okay? And I want you guys to understand that it is not your fault that you feel that way, but it's your responsibility to change how you feel. Because nobody's gonna come up to you and be like, nobody's gonna wake up one morning and be like, oh, I just know Alyssa's depressed and it's my responsibility to make sure she's not depressed. No. It's not your husband's job. It's not your family's job. It's not your mom's job. Okay? That's between you and the one who created you. Okay? That's it. And the second you understand that, things change. You know what I mean? You are not meant to be this version of yourself, you know? There's a different version of you that lives there. Because here's something that I believe, you guys. I truly say this all the time, and my friends look at me like I'm crazy, and they're like, Alyssa, shut up, you always talk. But you know what? I'm going to say it here. Time is not linear. Time is not linear. So your best self, your kindest self, your most successful self is currently living at this moment. And it's kind of hard to grasp, but it's true. And the only thing that's separating you from her is time and work that you put into it. I'm going to go in with this blush that I literally destroyed it. But you guys have to understand that, like, who you are today isn't who you are forever. And it's your choice to change that. You know what I mean? Think of life as, you know, you and then a million trillion different outcomes, right? So the best you exists, but you have to take a certain route. You're not gonna wake up one morning and be her, you know what I mean? There's this quote from Rupi Kaur, I think that's her name is. I think it was the Milk and Honey book. And she says, you don't wake up and you magically become the butterfly. No, no, no. You know what, like, lengths that damn caterpillar has to go to become a butterfly? You understand that? But everyone's gonna look at the butterfly and be like, oh my god, she's so beautiful. Like, oh, she's so genetically, like, oh my gosh, like, she's just so lucky, right? When you look at a butterfly. But you don't see all of the things that they had to go through, all of the birds that they had to sneak by, all of the times that they almost got eaten, all of the times where it fell off the tree and had to climb back up. No, but you just see the butterfly, right? You just see the big wings. Right, right. Nobody knows the journey, nobody sees the journey, and that's what you have to do. You have to suck it up and you have to deal with it. For you to become that butterfly, you have to go through trials and tribulations over and over and over again, and you can't be a baby about it. You cannot be a baby about it. That's it. You're done. Your stage of people feeling bad for you and taking care of you stops when you start learning how to walk and talk. You understand that? I'm going to go in the Laura Mercier powder right here. 5 minutes ago, I was in my bed, okay? And I don't want you to think I'm some creator that just has her life together. 5 minutes ago, I was in my bed, in my robe, not dressed, no makeup on. I was like, I'm just gonna wait here and do nothing until it's time for me to go to my friend's birthday party. But I got up, I stopped feeling bad for myself, I stopped scrolling on TikTok. I was like, you know what, I'm done feeling bad for myself, that's not my job. And I got up and I made this video. I'm currently making this video right now. I could have just sat there and rotted away until it was time to leave. But there's responsibilities that we all have to do, and I feel like this generation is very spoiled. I feel like you guys are all spoiled, me including. We're very spoiled, you know? We get everything we want in the touch in our pocket. We literally get whatever we want. We want something to eat. Do we have to hunt for it? Absolutely not. DoorDash it. Get someone else, pay someone else for their time and their effort to bring something to us. We want to message somebody that means something to us, we can send a text message. Why would we go show up at their house? Why would we do something nice for them, right? Everything's easy, everything's spoiled. So now when it's time to put the work in, no one wants to do it because it's too much work, right? Right. I think being lazy is a privilege. I feel like lazy people, you're very privileged. If you can sit and rot in your bed all day, you are privileged. You're lazy and you're selfish. And let me tell you why. Do you think my parents, I think Wizard Liz, I think that's her name. I saw a clip on TikTok when she was talking about it, and it's so true, dude. You think my parents can sit? My parents are you know, they weren't born in America. You think they can sit for a day and just enjoy their time with each other, with the family? Hell no. They gotta go out there and they gotta work for what they love, because if they don't, there'd be no food on the table. Now, you sitting in your bed all day on your phone and you calling it, I'm depressed, I'm this, you're lazy, okay, you're late. You can get mad at me all you want. You are a selfish person. There are people out there that can't even think, can't even fathom. There's people that feel exactly like you, but go outside and try their best every single day, because if they don't, they won't have a roof over their head. Ugh, you're privileged. If you're lazy, you're privileged. If you're on your phone in the dark all day, you're privileged. If you come out to eat the food that your parents made you while you were sleeping all day until 3 p.m., you're privileged. You don't know what it's like to work. You don't know what it's like to chase your dreams, okay? And you, the viewers, this is what I think is so funny. I think this is so funny. The viewers in their room doing nothing will sit and talk shit about a creator and say, she's so lucky and she's so privileged and she's so this and she's so out of touch with reality. She is literally making her own reality while you sit there and judge her from your bed. Like, the laziest people will judge the most successful people. You can't even, you couldn't even pay to be in a room with them. You know what I mean? It's drive, it's passion, it's constantly trying over and over and over again to get to the spot that you want. And that's all it is. It's not luck. It's not luck. Very rarely it's luck. Very, very rarely. And time does tell. If it was luck, you know what I mean? People are gonna figure it out. I'm going in with the Anastasia Dip Brow. And I'm doing my eyebrows right now. I don't think I like my makeup today. Wait, maybe I do. I don't know. I think people love making excuses for their behavior instead of taking accountability and responsibility, because it's hard. Nobody wants to take responsibility. Nobody wants to wake up and be like, you know what? Yeah, you know what? I am lazy. No, they want to be like, I'm lazy because I worked really hard yesterday. I'm in bed because I really need a break for myself. And you know, it's healthy to have those things, but not abuse them. It's healthy to have those things, you know, those breaks and all that kind of stuff. But one of my teachers said this, and lots of people didn't like this teacher. I had him. He was my public speaking teacher in my college, and lots of people didn't like him. I loved him. I thought he was so wise. Everybody looked at him like he was some crazy freak. I thought he was so right. Every single thing you do is a choice, right? He said he would take points away from us not showing up to class or showing up late. And he said it's a choice. You leaving late is a choice. You waking up late is a choice. You not setting your alarm is a choice. You know what I mean? Like, and people hated him. And people were like, first thing that people did was raise their hand. What if my car breaks down? What if this happens? What if this, da-da-da-da? You know, life isn't fair. This, that, the other thing. You're right, it's not fair. And what I loved about this teacher is he made all the students take accountability for their actions, and they all literally hated him. They all hated him, but I admire him so much. I think he was so smart. And you know, like the class is over. You know, I'm not like trying to like hype him up so I can get a good grade. Like, I already got my grade, like whatever. Like, this was like last semester too. Like, and he'll never see this, so he was just smart and wise, and he made everyone take accountability for their actions. And when you see the response people had for them having to take accountability for their actions, it was hilarious. It was like, but what about me? Will you make an exception for me? What if something really bad happens? What if somebody passes away? What if something, this, the other thing, right? He's like, it's a choice. You want to go, you want to mourn with your family, that's a choice. I'm still going to mark you absent. Like, the world doesn't stop for you, which I loved. I loved how he taught that. The world will not stop. The world will not stop spinning. You think because something happened to you that the world's gonna stop spinning for a second so you can mourn, so you can grieve, so you can get better. And don't come at me and say, Alyssa, you're so out of touch with reality. You haven't been through anything. There's a reason why I am the way I am. You know what I mean? I don't know. I thought he was so wise. And what it looks like I'm glossy up here. Whatever I use for my lips, I usually use for my cheeks as well. And it's gonna look like really glossy up here. I walked with you once upon a dream. There we go. Do you see? Now, like, I look really glossy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna title this video, Everything is Your Fault. You know what I mean? You get a bad grade, it's your fault. Could have tried harder. You woke up late, it's your fault. Should have went to sleep faster. And here's the thing, like, people want me to make exceptions. What if I'm sick? What if I'm this? What if I'm that? You work harder. You work harder. You work harder. You work harder. Okay? That's it. That's all it is. What if I'm not capable? You are. Okay? You work harder. That's it. You see people without arms and legs driving. You know what I mean? You see them doing all the things that we do. There's no excuse. There's no excuses. There's no exceptions for you. What makes you think you're so important for an exception? Really, take yourself off that pedestal and don't harden your heart to my message. Like, think about it, dude. Like, really think about it. Like, what makes the world stop for you? You know what I mean? I think it's selfish. I think we live in a world where everything has to be for us. And I don't like it. I think whatever your dream is, you're capable of doing. My biggest, like, example of this is, like, you know when men, like, talk about when they're older, like, oh, if it wasn't for that injury, I would have been an athlete. If it wasn't for that injury. If it wasn't for that injury, I would have made it D1. If it wasn't for that injury. No, after that damn injury, you sat out for the whole thing and you didn't put your mind. If I bet you there are athletes that play in the NBA or the NFL or the NHL that had an injury and came back and still made it. I hate excuses for people's actions. And I used to be such an excuse person. Well, I didn't do this because of this and because of this, that, the other thing. No, who are you trying to convince? Yourself or these other people around you? Either way, you're not going anywhere. Winners and losers have the same goal. You understand that? Winners and losers have the same goal. But there's things that separate a winner and a loser. You think when somebody gets a gold medal and somebody else doesn't, the person's like, well, actually guys, their feet were a little bit bigger than mine, so I do think that it was unfair. Stop it. Stop blaming the way you act and the way your parents act. If you can see that your parents act a certain way and that's why you're carrying on that trait, you're wise enough to understand that that trait is a problem to begin with. You can stop it. You can stop anything you want to stop. You could be anyone you want to be. You could be the best at anything you want to be. You might need to put a little bit more work in. Somebody shorter might have to put a little bit more work in than someone's tall who plays basketball, but it's still possible. Anything is possible if you just try, but you don't want to try. You want to make excuses for yourself. You want to say, I'm not this because of this. No, so annoying. How are you going to be a butterfly if you don't eat enough when you're a caterpillar? Like, really? How are you going to be a butterfly if you fall off a tree and you're like, well, I guess this is it. This is my fate. Of course it is. Somebody going to come and eat you. Some big bird is going to come and eat you.